Hi there, my name's Christopher Jarvis, otherwise known as Hold My Kidney, otherwise known as Commander Thane. I'm playing a bit of Farabel today, going for the achievement 1 pylon to kill them all. We're going to kill the Ancient God boss, only destroying one of the 2 pylons that gives him +2 armour. I've actually managed this before. I've run into a bit of a bug where the Ancient God was reduced to 0 hit points and didn't actually die. So I'm kind of hoping that's not going to happen, and obviously if it does happen I've got the video to show what the bug is. So we're going to go in here. This is a level here, the Ancient Gods. We're going to drop in. Now the important thing about this level is that, as you'll see from the opening cutscene, every time one of the elementals kills one of your people, they gain an additional unit. So not only are we running out of people to kind of deal damage with, but actually the enemy side is getting a bit bigger. So the main thing we're going to be focusing on here is not losing units. Obviously we lose this one at the beginning because it's part of a cutscene. I have actually tried using the King's turn back time ability on that initial elemental, but it doesn't do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the King right up, because he's got a retaliate ability, and if I can encourage the enemy to get a hit on him, then he's going to get a free hit in, basically. Let's move everybody else up. I'm being pretty confident here about my ranges, because I know that these lesser Ancient Gods move free. So the only target they're going to be able to hit at this point is the King. Five hit points of free damage can go a long way.
Huh?
Yeah, let's move this guy out.
Haha!
There's actually, if we're just going for this achievement, there's no particular rush. I don't necessarily need to complete this level within a certain amount of time, but it's always good to kind of move up the map so that when the next lot of enemies appear, you're not having to spend turns just moving and getting in position. There we go. Okay, now the blue lesser gods actually have a ranged attack, and even though the game missions are obviously predefined and kind of scripted to an extent, the location of these enemy spawns is always slightly different. So I'm just going to keep my archers over here on the right. Let's just use her heal. I'm going to keep my archers over here on the right because they're the most vulnerable units, and actually these blue Ancient Gods can actually kill one of these in a single turn because they do 6 strength damage and the scouts have no armour. So, you know, they need to be kind of protected. In fact, I might even teleport him so he's even further out of range. Let's just count this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so none of these guys are in range of these elementals on the left. That's going to give us a bit of a safety zone. The AI in this game will actually kind of target weaker units. It's not one of these games that pulls its punches, so it is useful to protect weaker units. At this point in the game, her healing ability regenerates every turn, so I don't need to worry about blowing it. Now, because they're dangerous, I'm actually going to try and take out the blue elementals first, if I can. I'm also saving my rage ability because the Ancient God, when he appears, because we're only going to be reducing some of his armour, we need as much damage as we possibly can. So I'm going to save all of my rages for that final battle. So, let me just work this out. I don't think it's worth using their attack on these blue ones for the simple reason that it's going to take 2 lots of archers to kill an elemental. An Ancient God anyway. They kind of look like elementals to me, but actually the elemental in this game is something else. So there's actually no point using his ability because it's not going to make killing them with these guys any quicker. So I'm going to bring him over. Hit that for 5. Bring him over. Hit that for 5. king has 2 attacks. That's going to deal with that. Okay, let's bring up our first archer. That's 1, that's 2. And then I'm going to teleport him back to sort of relative safety. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to bring this guy up, take out that lesser god, teleport him back into safety. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this guy up. Yeah, I was thinking of using the king's turn back time ability to... Yeah, you know what, I might still... Let's do that. Let's turn this guy's ability back in time. That's going to give him his attack back. So let's just pull him up, kill that lesser god, and then drop him back again to comparative safety. Let's bring up the Priestess to here. Just try and keep some of the damage off these guys. She can take a certain amount of damage, so I'm not too worried about her when she's on full health. See what I mean here? They're all kind of targeting the one unit. Okay, let's take out these guys. It's worth watching him. He's actually not quite on full health. Just keep an eye on that. Let's move. Send her over here for a moment. I kind of block the route. There's actually a line of sight issue here. This pillar here blocks firing from that position, so all of our archers want to be able to get to this hex in order to be able to fire. Let's work out where he can get to. 1, 2, 3. So he can hit anywhere in this range. So let's just pull this one back. Actually, let's send him over here. So now I'm not worried because there's one lesser god and there's limited damage he's going to be able to do. There you go. He gets a sucker punch in, but doesn't really do an awful lot. Okay, so as soon as we kill this lesser god, the ancient god is going to appear. And what happens is these 2 pylons activate, and each of the 2 pylons gives him +2 armour. Now, off the top of my head, I think if he is on 4 armour, we actually don't have anybody that can damage him. But with one of the pylons out of the way, he's down to only 2 armour. I'll check those stats in. Oh no, so he's got 5 armour in total. Yeah, so we definitely can't. Okay, we might be able to hurt him a little bit, but not very much. But for the achievement, we just need to take out one of these 2 pylons. That's going to take his armour down to 3, at which point he's going to be a bit of a softer target. I'm actually, this playthrough, I'm going to go for the right-hand pylon, just because I've previously been attacking the left-hand one and I've run into this bug. So I figure I will do something different and hope to get a different result. Again, the Ancient God does 8 damage per attack, so it's actually very possible for him to kill a full-strength scout just on one of his turns, so I'm going to be being very cautious with my scouts and keeping them well back out of the way. Everybody else can tank a little bit of damage. Oh, wonder why I couldn't target. I hadn't noticed it. Of course, he hasn't got his attacks. So let's. Hey! Huh? Hey! Okay, so that's his armour reduced to 3. He's now slightly soft to target. And let's see if we can tempt him out a little bit. So yeah, his attack is ranged. So I'm going to be being very careful with my Priestess now at this point because she's very vulnerable. She'll heal, but she'll only heal up to 10, which means on the next turn she's going to be in a certain amount of danger. I'm going to use the King's +1. Might be worth going just for a positioning turn. And if I can present these guys as tempting targets, it takes a bit of heat off everybody else. I can of course use the King's turn back ability to restore her health, but I'm going to save that because I think it might be more important later. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to pull this guy back. It's got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's just pull these guys back as well. Because they've got their teleport and their move, it's actually fairly easy to get them into firing range. See, now he's playing fairly well. Okay, so he gets 2 counter attacks. So I'm going to attack with 2 different people so that they can be healed up. And now when I do my second attack, there's no counter, and that's absolutely fine. I'm also going to bring him in. I'm going to do his attack. And then I'm going to send him back in time, because by doing that, he's now recovered 12 hit points, which is a great heal, and it means I can use his rage ability twice, which really does kind of help. And then let's bring in the Priestess. Now everybody is back on full health. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I think it's worthwhile with the scouts, if you teleport them in, then they retreat. They can actually retreat more than they can teleport effectively. Might as well use his rage. Although I might save one of the others so I can double up on it with the King's turn back ability. Let's just see where he can get to. He's going to have to move around. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually, that's a fairly safe range at this point. Which is useful because I'm going to have to move to there to get in range. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So. This isn't one of those games where you can kind of see your enemies, you know, hexes that they can attack. I think that would be a useful little addition, but it isn't currently available. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a safe. That's a safe square. Okay, so let him do his worst. The Lesser God actually has another ability. I'm not quite sure when it kicks in. Of being able to do this kind of circular attack that hits everybody to 5, and when he does that, it's actually possible for him to kill a full hit point Farabel soldier, get him down to 0, but I don't think he gets that ability until he gets down to like 10 hit points or something. I don't know, I haven't been able to consistently trigger it.
Huh? Huh?
I'm going to keep him out of the way just while he heals. Let me just work this out. Doing 8 strength, so he's taking 6 damage per turn, so he is actually in a little bit of danger. So let's pull him out of the way. Move the Priestess up. Of course, if the Priestess dies, it's game over. Because that's one of the loss conditions for the game, is if either the King or the Priestess gets taken out. really just this kind of achievement is more a case of patience, I think, really more than anything else. You know, with him being on 3 armour, it just takes a while to whittle him down. I don't think it's necessarily a particularly difficult achievement. I think it's made difficult by the fact that I've run into this bug a couple of times. Oh, there's that circular ability, so we might have a bit of a problem here. Oh, and he gets a free hit. These, I'm going to actually deal with this. I kind of almost feel a bit like I want to not bother dealing with the lesser god. But the problem you've got is that because they get an attack when they spawn, you can actually very quickly end up with a whole, you know, no units and a whole room full of these guys. Right, let's bring this guy in range of some healing. She's taking 7 damage per... If I move him to there, has he still got a... I'm just going to make him a big tempting target. So he's taking 5 per hit. That's fine, he can cope with that. He's also got a little bit of regeneration, which helps. So if I know, if he moves 1, 2, 3, he can shoot 1, 2, 3, 4. So she is in danger there, but I'm kind of hoping that the AI is going to be a bit more tempted by some of these other targets. Yes. Oh, I meant to move him back out the way. Whoops, never mind. Right, let's get in here.
Hey!
Is her range? Her range is 3 on that heal, so I can move her to there. Much as it pains me, I'm going to use the rage. I just want to deal with this other enemy. Like I say, I'm gradually just whittling away at this god's health. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's pretty safe there.
Hey!
King has another attack. Okay. I suspect he's run out of that. Ability now. Okay. I might just be able to do this. Okay, so as you can see, I have reduced him to 0 hit points. And he has not died, which is kind of not really what I wanted. I can also move into his space, so he doesn't sort of appear as a unit. and he will now not do anything. Now if I were to, because I've done this before, if I were to destroy that pillar, you would see -2 armour come off that god. So obviously it's still on the field as a kind of a unit which responds to things happening, but it doesn't ever die, and it doesn't ever take kind of any further actions in the level, which is quite frustrating. So at the moment this achievement seems to be broken. I'm going to report it and raise it and give them this video, and yeah, hopefully it'll be fixed soon. Alright, thanks for watching.